Hello, hello. Let's change up our music to something a little more calming so you can hear me. Hopefully. There you go. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, Internet. How is everyone today? It is Thursday. For me, happy Thursday, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a good day. Welcome back to Code It Live. This is our dotNET Dev Show. This is a place where we tinker with all things dotNET, and we stay on the bleeding edge when we can. We look at upcoming stuff, we have guests on, and the rest of the time you see me code, which is going to be today. So let's get the party started. And I see the chat room filling up. Roni Mahomba. Hello, hello. Let me see if I can, well, it's Thursday, so let me see if all my tools are working. I cannot start highlighting messages yet, but hopefully as the chat room fills up, I can. But hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Okay, so last week I had, you're looking at my desktop, by the way, and that's not my car yet. I've said this many a times on the internet. It's coming up. It's actually the something I'm excited about. This is the all-electric sedan from Audi that's meant to be launched sometime this month and available later on in this year. So we shall see. I'm into Xamarin. I'm into dotNET, as you might know if you have joined this stream in the past. Last week we had Maddie Leger on from Microsoft, and she was talking about some of the features that they have, on or for Xamarin.forms 5.0. They had a major release, but everything from this point forward is kind of gearing up towards .NET 6, which is something we should have in maybe November timeframe of 2021, and along with it, and these are things that are being worked on, and so we don't know the exact timelines yet, but some form of support for the evolution of Xamarin Forms, be it through the new handlers, be it through support for reaching out to other platforms, and that's exactly the thing that I want to play around with a little bit. Keep in mind these are very, very early days. I saw some things which I find interesting, so I want to dive in. So there might be failures along the way, but that's what we are here for. We are here to tinker. And the thing that I want to start with is macOS support with Catalyst. So I think Apple has kind of a similar problem in terms of their Mac App Store compared to like the Android or the iOS stores. Like everyone wants to write for those app stores, but when you talk about just writing for the desktop app store, the Mac desktop, it's a kind of a niche thing. So not a lot of folks who want to target just the Mac. So I think that's what Apple is trying to get to is can we run iOS applications on the Mac? And this has been a journey for them. They have been talking about this for a while now. It used to be called Marzipan, and now I think it's called Catalyst formally. And the goal is to have things run on Mac and eventually be available on the stores. So it just, if you're a developer who's targeting iOS, it gives you a whole new market to talk to your audiences, like a whole new audience. So let's dive in and let's see what we can do as a .NET developer. I think I saw a couple of things that are interesting at this point, but keep in mind, very, very early days. So let me start out with macOS Catalyst. Okay, and like I said, there were a couple of things I found that was interesting. First, let's start here. Like if you have oh, well, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Sam Basu, by the way. I'm sorry. You have my Twitter handle now right down there. So if you need to get hold of me, I tinker with .NET, and today I'm tinkering with .NET moving into the Catalyst world with Xamarin. So this is Mac Catalyst, okay? They have talked about this from macOS Catalina, which is the last major release that I'm actually on Catalina. I have a smaller MacBook on which I run macOS Big Sur, but this is my dev machine, and I have not upgraded my dev machine yet. Maybe I should. I mean, it's stable enough. So this is where I started reading, and if you read what Apple is trying to say, this is just on developer.apple.com. So they're saying a couple of things right in this first paragraph jump out at you. Like they're taking a different stance here. One is they're saying this is a great time to make your iPad apps run on Mac. Okay. Now keep in mind, iPad apps are iOS apps, but the distinction they're making here is if you're already targeting an iPad form factor, then you know how to target like a bigger screen and to how to utilize maybe drag and drop support, or maybe like the split screen things or multitasking. So those are things, and they have done it with like probably half a dozen or so of their apps, like the Maps application, I think Messages, those are our Catalyst apps now on Mac. And I think the goal is like you're already aligned to the UX of a bigger screen, bigger form factor. So I thought this was interesting that they're not saying just take any iOS app and run it on the Mac, because any iOS app is catering to most likely the mobile form factor, which is small and thin and narrow. And if you just take that and run it on a Mac, it's not going to look very nice. So I think the point they're trying to make is like not get like you can run all iOS apps on the Mac, but keep in mind there is going to be some UX and UI tweaks you would have to make it look nicer and feel good. And then the other thing is like on macOS Big Sur, you can take advantage of every pixel on the screen by running it on Mac resolution. So this, I think, is a way, like I think if you built for the iPad, it's going to start out running at the iPad resolution on your Mac, but then you can scale up or down if you're on Big Sur. So to talk about all the things you can do, how you can code share, it's the same exact app. So apparently if you're on Xcode 12, which I'm going to check what version I am on, apparently it's just one more checkbox to say, hey, give me Mac support for my iOS apps. And then optimizing for interface. So this is where things get interesting, okay? Because there are two very different things we're talking about. There is AppKit and there's UIKit, right? So for an iPad app, you're looking at like touch support, while they're going to have to convert that into keyboard and mouse support because it's desktop, right? And other things like windowing features, I think those would be added by default, and so on. Now, I am not an iOS developer. I don't do native iOS because it's difficult. I'm a dotNET developer. I tinker a little bit with JavaScript, but that's kind of where I draw the line. I don't do Swift or Objective-C, which I should probably learn a little bit more. But that's Apple's stance. And the one other thing, like I started reading this yesterday, and this is pretty nice because they lay out the human interface guideline. This is Apple's UX to say this is what you should be doing. Support multitasking, support drag and drop, respond to keyboard. And they go on and talk about all of these iPad-ish features, that how they're going to migrate and look nice on a Mac. And I think at some point they had a mapping. Yeah, right here actually. So if your iPad gesture is tap, then that's left or right click. Touch and hold is click and hold. So pan. So you can see like it's not like one-on-one, but you can draw some similarities between what's happening on iPad versus how those relate to being on a Mac. Okay, so all of this is good guidance if you are building native iOS apps, but what I want to see is like how does this relate if you are a Xamarin developer like I am. But the first thing I want to see is like, is that true what they said? Like if you have Xcode 11 or Xcode 12, like is it just a checkbox? So let me find out. Because I'm not on Big Sur, which I don't know if you need to be on. Oh, okay, fine. Go ahead and install. Because I don't know if Xcode 12 is meant to run on Catalina. I think it should, but I'm not that much into on the Mac side. So let's see. You can see like I have not run Xcode in a while. So let's see how long this is going to take. And we'll take a quick look. Come on, come on. How are you doing today, chat room? Talk to me. Has anyone played around with Catalyst? Any experiences? So while that's loading, let me show you a few things that we're going to deal with that I found. One is, no, not that, this one. And I think the other one is maybe this one. Yeah, okay. So there are two things happening here. Let's see, did it finish? No, it's still installing. So with Catalina support, Apple's goal is to have iOS apps run on the Mac, right? And they're specifying iPad apps, but every one of those apps can be written with .NET now, with Xamarin, right? So you could write Xamarin iOS or Xamarin Mac. Xamarin Mac is like the way where we build storyboards and we let xamarin.forms do the painting in a way, and xamarin.forms has renderers now for the Mac. But this is different. This is kind of like getting it automatically. So I think what the team is doing right now, you can see clearly, this is on the Xamarin main repo and then Xamarin Mac iOS. So this one has a Mac Catalyst early preview. I think the goal is to have a little more working previews of this in a month or so. Hopefully with, like this is like .NET 6 whenever the previews start coming out. So you can see like the prerequisites, like they do have a package and there is no IDE support. So no debugging, that's fine. Terminal is good. You can run this on an existing project or, so you can do an iOS project or a xamarin.forms project. Okay. In the meantime, my Xcode came up. So let's take a quick look here. This is 12. Okay, so that's good. I am running 12. So if I do a new project and, multi-platform. Oh, multi-platform, what does that mean? Is that new? If I do iOS, or if I do macOS, it's an app. Other? What's other? No. I don't know what multi-platform does. So if I do a next, like, no, that's not, it's not an iOS app. Oh no, where did you go? File, new, file. Oh no, it's not a file that I want a whole project.
I didn't find that. To browse other movies and TV shows.
Sorry, my digital assistant came alive for some reason. I don't know. I never said her name. You know, you cannot say Google or any of these names anymore because they wake up. Although she's on like do not disturb mode. I don't know why she is talking to me still. Hang on. Oh, I killed Xcode. Okay. Let's bring up Xcode one more time. Create a new project. If I do iOS, where is that checkbox that they talk about? Like, so if I say test app, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna write unit tests here. Yeah, see, I don't see that, and I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'm not here to do the Xcode stuff, but I'm not seeing that one thing that they mentioned in the docs. Like it's just one more checkbox, you know, like this one here that said like just selecting the Mac checkbox. I was trying to see that checkbox. I don't see it. Maybe it's like further down in the templates once you start spinning up your projects. But that's if you're an iOS developer. If you are a .NET or a Xamarin developer, like this is what we have. So there is an early preview support of for Catalyst, and looks like you bring in that NuGet package and then you change up something in your CS proj to change the targets. Yep, and reference that assembly xamarin.Mac Catalyst. Change up the minimum version of the project to 10.15. Okay, like macOS 10.15, I think. Make sure you're building for the iPad and so on, and then you do MS build and so on. So that's something we can definitely try out. Oh, hey, hello. Dan Siegel is here in the chat room. Let me see if my, yeah, I think I can start highlighting things. Can I not? Maybe. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, Dan, you had a commercial. Maybe you just tuned in. I don't know. How did Samsung get to 21? What Samsung are you talking about? Not sure. But thank you for tuning in. I'm playing with Catalyst. Maybe you already have, Dan. I was talking to a couple of the folks who have, and this is exciting if you are wanting to target Mac as a desktop. So let me get back to this in a second, because I think this is what's coming from the Xamarin team officially, and it's very early. I think. Okay, so Dan has not played with Catalyst yet. So let's play. You're going to watch me fail, but let's see. So this is, I think, where the Mono team stands right now. But then there's also a really smart gentleman here named Frank Kruger. Okay, you might know him as Plee Clarum. I always say his handle wrong. But he maintains Mac applications. He maintains iOS applications. So he was kind of quick to jump onto this. You might remember, like, this used to be called like Marzipan. So I think like he's got that like Marzipanify thing, or maybe he's using some other tool to build this. But he jumped onto this, and I think he's got some pull requests with the Mono team now. So they're all in this together now, and I think he or like the Mono team is working on this to give you more support. But this sounds like drop dead easy. Okay, what he's gotten here is just one NuGet package. So you have to run macOS 10.15. Oh, okay. So that's Catalina, right? Hang on. Am I even there? No, not system preferences. Go to about this Mac. No, I'm good. 10.15.7 is what I'm running. I am not on Big Sur, but that's where I'm. Okay, .NET Core 3.1 Xamarin iOS. So does this not work on xamarin.forms, or this is Xamarin iOS only? We'll see. Okay, dancing and singing. It's pronounced as Pray Clarium. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Praeclarium. Is it Latin for something? Okay, so here's where we stand. We checked those boxes. I thought this worked on Xamarin.forms as well, but if not, I'll try with Xamarin iOS. Make sure Xcode's command line tools are appropriately installed. What is that? Okay, let's try it. Oh, looks like no, I'm good. I tried this. I think Xcode select print path. Yeah, okay. So we should be good. I have the Xcode things installed, and then we have to get this package reference, and that's it. What about the runtime? Like, what is this running on? Is it a different version of Mono, or is he going off just the iOS build and doing something? And the Mac Catalyst version of your app will be put in. Okay, all right, let's try. I thought this was the easiest one, and then we'll look at where the Xamarin team is. So let's dive in. You can see I've been playing around with Blazor a little bit, which is fun to put Blazor into mobile or desktop apps. Where are we at? Yeah, let's do Xamarin.forms. If not, we'll do Xamarin iOS native. And let's call this Mac Catalyst. No, let's do Xamarin.forms Mac Catalyst. And then we'll do Xamarin iOS. Yeah, we don't need Android. Who cares about Android? No, I didn't say that. You be happy with Android, I'll be happy with iOS. Whatever suits our needs, right? All right. So it's spinning up a project. This should be a generic xamarin.forms project. Dan is saying, I will say Xamarin developers are really damn lazy with CLI tools. There's some super cool stuff you can do with CLI tools. Agreed. And I think we're coming around. So let me see if I can start highlighting these things easier. I think we're coming around because if you look at what's ahead with like .NET 6 and wanting to have VS Code support for xamarin.forms projects, I think we're going to be a little bit more open to CLI. And most people who are on maybe Macs we are a little more open to CLI tools. But yeah, Dan's got a good point. Okay, so our project is done. This is pretty standard stuff here. So I have, is it too small for you folks? Let me make this bigger. All right, so I got the standard dependencies. Come on, xamarin.forms, Xamarin Essentials, okay? And this is my iOS project, same dependencies. Okay. Now, does this build and run? And then we're going to try getting his NuGet package. All right, we're done building. And, oh no, still building. Hang on. Come on. Oh no, I don't want it to build for iPod Touch. I don't know why that's kind of the default thing. And now I can't stop it. All right, go ahead. Go do the build. Be quick. Because like they have to run this on a different version of Mono. Build canceled. All right. Yes, I canceled it. That. Build again, please. Okay, build successful. Let's run this. There's my beautiful iPhone simulator. I'm on a Mac. If you're on Windows, you have the Windows simulator. Same deal. Goes to Xcode, does the build, comes back with a package. And this should be standard xamarin.forms. Okay, yeah, welcome to xamarin.forms. Start developing now. Okay, we are ready. So we'll keep that aside. Okay, now let's see what he's saying. Add the NuGet package to your iOS project. Okay, well, do I have to do it through the CS Pros, or can I just go get it? All right, yeah, NuGet feed is fine. Yeah, that's fine. So this is called Mac Catalyst. Nothing. It's called Clarium Mac Catalyst. Oh, maybe. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's pre-release, of course. So that's fine. 1.0 beta. All right. So let's go grab that. And could not add. What do you mean you cannot add? This is not compatible with dotNET standard, supports Xamarin iOS. Okay. So it's only for Xamarin iOS, not Xamarin.forms. Or maybe let me try adding it here, because like all that matters is the iOS build here, right? So hold on. Pre-release packages add. That went in. Okay, right there. That's good. I don't think I need to upgrade Xamarin.forms here. Sure, I can see 5.0 is available. So what does that do? Let me do a build. And it's done building. No, it's still building. Okay. So what is it that we have to do? Package reference. Whenever you do a build, a Mac Catalyst version of your app will be put in. Huh. Okay. So you don't have to do anything else. Like no code changes. This is voodoo magic. Like just do a build. So we are done. Okay. Where is it? Bin platform. Okay. What do we name it? Xamarin.forms Catalyst is what we named it, right? All right. This is in my home projects. Mac Catalyst. I'm guessing the iOS project folder bin. What? Bin platform? There's no platform. I mean, I've never actually seen platform. Maybe I've always seen like a iPhone or device or a simulator. Debug. Oh, and then you get a whole bunch of stuff. We have language support and Xamarin DLLs. What is this? Device builds. Yeah, I did one for iPod Touch. One for... Oh, wait. Is that it? No, actually, the iPhone... I canceled the iPod Touch build. So there is... This is the iOS app, right? And then he's got a folder here, and then he's put another iOS app here. Is this the one? Like, do I just double click? It's like a folder? Or no, it is an app. Oh, it is an app. Hang on. Ah! Yay! Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Look at that. xamarin.forms application running straight up in on a Mac. Right? Look at that. Beautiful. I can maximize it. I can minimize it. This is nice. Yeah, okay. So this part is not right, folks. Like there is no platform configuration, but that Preclarium, Mac Catalyst, like that's where it's sitting. It's off the device build that you have done. This calls for like a little celebration. This is nice. Thank you, Frank. And folks, if you don't know who I'm talking about here, we'll give him a shout out. If I head out to Twitter and Frank, this is the man that I'm talking about, Mr. Frank Kruger. Go give him a follow. And thanks for the follows here. Oh, Freestyle Coder is here. Hello. So this is the man. He's a tinkerer. He is one heck of a sharp mind. Okay, so go give him a follow. This is the only part that is not right, but otherwise it works. So you can actually automatically do the build every time you do a build, and you can enable disable. If there are any crashes, they show up here. You can't go to the app stores. Obviously, archiving and signing are not supported yet. Come on, it's early. Super early days. Known issues. AOT is not supported. The code will run using the mono JIT. Oh. I'm very curious, like, how is this even working? Like, is it using a different version of mono, or does the mono that we have for xamarin.forms, is it good enough to give you the JIT and spit it out? Your lack of dark theme is disturbing. Oh, Dan. Alright, I'll say this. I'm not the biggest fan of dark theme. I know it's unpopular opinion. We had a huge release where Telerik, xamarin.forms, like our engineering, spent a lot of time supporting dark theme. I do turn on dark theme when I'm by myself at night. So I'm sorry if this is too bright for some of you, but this is how I normally roll when I'm speaking or when I'm on stream. So AOT is not supported. I understand. Native code is not supported. Oh, okay. So if you have native binaries, they do not have an exact match. How are we rendering this? Like how did we get the window? Are we using UIKit, or are we changing up like how it's rendered? Okay, this tool makes you already compiled Xamarin iOS app and converts it to a Mac, recompiling your main M linking against Mac Catalyst builds of Xamarin. Mac Catalyst builds. Oh, there are preview builds, like he's using like something like this. I don't know. We can try this one out, which is from the Xamarin team, but like this works. So it's a good starting point. Modify external native library to run on Mac. Yeah. And repackaging your app to match the layout of a macOS app. So like we didn't do anything, right? This is so it's based on Stephen Troughton Smith's Marzinify tool. What is that? Marzipanify, not Marzinify. Marzipan is a beautiful type of chocolate that you get in Germany, I think, or parts of Belgium. But this used to be the internal code name that Apple used for a long time to refer to Catalyst. Unsupported command line tool to make existing iOS simulator binaries work on a Mac. Oh, okay, so the iOS simulator app links against the iOS simulator version of UIKit. It won't contain Marzipan specific APIs. I don't know. This is voodoo magic. Is it still UIKit, or did we just change up how we are rendering those things? Oh, and actually, this might be fun. Like, do you have to do a build, or can you just benefit from the hot reload stuff? Okay, hang on. So this is our app, right? Main page XAML. Come on. So it says welcome to xamarin.forms. Let me run this on iPhone Pro. I think you do have to do a build because that's what it's based on. All right. So if I keep this on, come on. I think I have hot reload enabled by default. Mac, okay, and I save, Control S. Yeah, okay, so hot reload is on, and this is picking it up. But did we regenerate this? Probably not. 1025. No, it's still using the old one. So yeah, I understand. So you have to do a rebuild. All right, so let's do a rebuild. And it's done. So he is regenerating it on every build. So now if I run it here, this works on a Mac. Yeah, well done. Sam, we need to have an excuse to go find out the person if we have to go to Germany or Belgium for that. It's been too long. Oh, tell me about it. Oh, tell me about it. It's been too long. I have not done anything beyond my home and my backyard since like last March. It's getting to you a little bit. Hopefully, if like all signs point towards sometime late summer or early fall, we should be able to start getting out. If we don't want to get political here, but if like a big percentage of the population has the vaccine, then we have we're leading towards like immunity from a broader standpoint. So hopefully, fingers crossed this year. It's been a long time, Dan. I agree. Okay, so this works. This is nice. Why does it keep asking me? All right, go away. Okay, so now I'm very tempted to do something which I know is going to fail remarkably, but what would this do? So here's my question. Like, he is clearly using a different build of mono, which we don't see. Biko9, good morning. Good morning. And hello chat room. Freestyle Coder is saying Germany or Belgium. That reminds me that I need to renew my passport. Yeah, we're all in this boat. Like, I think I know where my passport is, but I had like things like global entry and all that fun stuff that frequent travelers have, and I think some of them have expired now. So yeah, get your passports ready. Hopefully sometime this year we'll get back. Yeah, what do you do? Okay, so he's using a different build that Xamarin is not using. Like when we do a build here, like the version of Xamarin runtime and the version of the mono thing underneath that is not quite what he's using, I bet, because you need to have those preview things. Freestyle Coder is saying my pre-check is up for renewal too. Yeah, I'll have to go check. Dan is my passport is right next to me. Luckily being 34. Yeah, so Dan lives in San Diego, so he's real close. So obviously he finds it easier to cross the border and has need for it. I think Dan actually went down to Mexico, he said one time. I wish I could. It's a long flight for us, and with a kid, it's just not easy. So we'll wait it out. My wife is a college professor, and I think some professions might get it sooner than the rest. So we shall see. Oh, nice! Dan's been there twice. Good for you. Good for you. All right. Here's what I want to do. Okay, and this is gonna fail gorgeously, but let's try. How does this handle if I give it like a more robust or more real world thing? So let me find out this, which is one of the biggest projects that you can think of. This is actually our sample app for the Telerik UI for Xamarin. This is the app that we have in the app stores. And we give you the code for this. It's all out in the open. So let me do a quick build, and I just want to see, like, this is going to fail dramatically, and engineering is probably going to say don't even try this, but what the heck, let's try, because we do use like all of the things that that they said they don't support, or Frank said it doesn't, because like ours has a lot of native UI for iOS. Ours has Skia Sharp. Ours has custom renderers. So we'll see. All right, go to the build. Yeah, freestyle coder, that's the spirit. We'll see. We shall see. Come on, Visual Studio. It is a big project, I'll give you that. So this is actually pretty easy, like what Frank has gotten here. So it's just one NuGet package, and I don't think he messes with the code at all. He is just changing up the runtime against which you're building and just like spitting out an executable that you can run. But it's fun to be able to just take your iOS app, run it. All right, while you're building, can I add a NuGet dependency? Let me not do it there, let me do it on iOS. Oh, and here's the other fun part. Like when I did the first NuGet package, you saw it fail. Like I could not add that NuGet package to a .NET standard library, but that did not matter because I added it to iOS, and that's all he needed to go do that. So manage. Where did that go? Show pre-release. There is Mac Catalyst. Should I wait for it to build? Yeah, we'll live on the edge. And it is still doing it for the iPod Touch. Come on, stop and build. So I think the hope is, if you remember like what .NET MAUI initially started out promising, and I think they're working on almost all of those things. Like you will have iOS and Android support obviously, but you're going to reach Windows just done better, not through UWP, done better through WinUI this time, and you're going to reach Mac. Because if you look at the xamarin.forms Mac render, and I talk about this quite a bit, xamarin.forms Mac renderer, this one, no, that's custom renderers, Mac platform support. Yeah, see this one here, okay? This is back from 2017, okay? That's when the community pull request came in to say we can write to macOS, and they have still not taken the preview thing off because it's a community pull request. It's part of the xamarin.forms repo now, but it's not officially supported. This is just using renderers, and we can do this all day long. And this is the place where we new up in the app delegate on a Mac. You new up that NS window, and you do a xamarin.forms init, and then you let xamarin.forms paint that window, and you have a Mac application. So this is what we had been able to do, but I just don't think this will ever be formally supported. So I think Catalyst is what they're looking to support Mac with. Dan Siegel is saying it really is way funnier when you point out how yeah, it's been in a while, and I don't think they want to support that. Oh, come on, Visual Studio, do your build already. I know it's a big project, but you should be able to do it faster. You have all the processing power. It was funny, like you folks saw me pull up my About This Mac. So take a look at the specs here. This is pretty top notch, okay? You're looking at an 8-core i9 with 64 gigs of memory because I run a big VM on here. But again, just like with any other modern OS, like our modern computer that is this thin, like this is Apple's challenge, right? Keeping it thin and nice and cool, but also being able to give it the firepower that the fan goes nuts if you keep your VM on and so on. But that's expected. And actually, like you see this one here, that's my power indicator. If I like screen share too much, like you'll actually see like over an hour, my power will go down to like 50% because it's running off a 94 watt Apple brick. So it does a lot. All right, so it did a build, and let me start running this, make sure it's running. Freestyle Coder is saying Gmail was beta for 12 years. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. All right, so here's our gorgeous sample app for UI for Xamarin. Get started. So this is the full app. You can play around with this in the stores. Has all of the UI and has some of the code that we're using. And Dan, look at that, dark mode. Now we got full dark mode support, except I don't use it a whole lot. But again, I mean, support for dark mode is it's a matter of accessibility now. If you and especially in like low light situations, or if you have any like vision impairments, like you actually do need dark mode support for accessibility. So yeah, thank you, Dan. Thanks, it's beautiful. So this is nice. And if you think about like what dark mode support is, like it's not just like taking the page or the container and just like flipping it to a different color palette. We paint pixels a lot with Skia. We have native controls and we have custom renderers. So this is a big engineering effort for us. Same with Microsoft. So it took us like 6 months or so to get this finally engineering to give it the blessing, but we do have dark mode support. So that's the app, okay? Now here's what I want to check. Did it generate that build, or did it fail gorgeously? Where am I even running this from? Hang on, is it sitting in my downloads folder? Can I find in files? Okay, it's in documents. Oh, I see, okay. So when I installed it, we have an installer, so it actually goes in your documents and progress software, and these are all of our installers. So R1 2021, that's the latest release. What are you saying, Dan? You know, the only thing I really do need is a tool that can let you pick a couple of primary colors, and then it can generate and give you the ideal colors to go with text. Well, we do have that. Like we have themes. Is that what you're looking for? Or like, okay, so let me back out, okay? So we have a thing called theme builder. Now I'm talking web stuff here. No, hang on, not that. But this works for all of our web stuff. So this is a Sass or a Less or a CSS theme builder. If you use any of this like web stuff, you can start from a theme and then you can customize a few colors and sizes, and then you're off and running. We do have a color theme generator for WPF and WinForms, which lets you start from a theme and customize. Is that what you're asking? Because like we don't have a fancy UI for Telerik, but you can start with a theme. It would be better if someone says Telerik build that tool and you could export it to a XAML. Yeah, no, Freestyle Coder is getting to the web side of things, but like the XAML themes are essentially just one big like style and resource library. So I mean, we could give you a tool that lets you customize it. It's just not very visual. at this point. But yeah, you can start with the theme. All right, so this is the project that I ran, right? QSF, and let's look at QSF iOS. I'm even scared to try this, but let's see. Bin, iPhone simulator, debug is where we learned, and a whole bunch of DLLs. Look at that. Now, keep in mind, like, look at the Telerik DLLs here. This is what we are very careful with, because we don't want to bloat up your application. I think everyone has the same ideas in mind. Like, you actually get, we break off the whole Telerik UI for Xamarin in about a dozen NuGet packages, so you only get what you need. So we do some tree shaking, and we only give you the ones that we need. So we're not adding to your app package size. Okay, device builds. iPhone Pro Max, I think 14.4 is what we did. Oh, look at that. Should I run this? It's going to crash and burn. My computer might catch fire. I don't know. Let it go. Let's see what it does. It crashed. It crashed gorgeously. It tried coming up. You see that? Like, you see that down here? It's trying, but then it crashes. All right. Yeah, so Dan Siegel, you're thinking for something that's more for desktop or mobile devs. I see what you're saying, and hang on, let me see if I can pull up the thing that I'm talking about, and maybe this is something we open up for Xamarin as well. So Telerik, WPF, color, theme generator, and it works for Silverlight too. Okay, so this is a WPF app here actually, and we did some work last release, Dan. So this, you can download this, like do a search, you can download this. What it does, it starts with like these themes like Crystal, Fluent, Material, and Office themes, and then it lets you customize the colors. Now this we actually have it running on .NET 5, we have it running on .NET Core 3.1 and Framework, so you get to see that multi-targeting, but this is only for desktop though. So no, we don't have anything for Xamarin yet or mobile yet, but maybe we should. And it probably won't be too difficult to start with one of the, and to kind of retrofit this app to start with one of the Xamarin themes and just like spit out whatever you're customizing. Yes, Dan is happy. This is beautiful. Seems like xamarin.forms would be an easy add. Yes, yeah, we can talk about that. Absolutely. Okay, so as expected, it did not work because the documentation clearly said it would not work. So no, it doesn't work. Because we have a lot of these things that is not meant to work. But at least he tried, like he put the app out there, but then it failed. This is interesting. So here's the NuGet package that lets you do that. But where's the official support, or where does the Xamarin Forms stand here on this? And Frank here, I'll go actually subscribe to him on Twitch. I think he's on Patreon as well. So let's support this man. He is really one heck of a smart guy, and I think he's working with the Mono team. He's got a couple of pull requests in, but let's take a look at this. So I'm going to turn this off, and let's start here. So install this package, and you can create a new iOS project, change that, add a reference to Xamarin Catalyst. Alright, okay, let's try that. So Visual Studio, new. Now, let's do an app, iOS. I haven't done Xamarin iOS in a long time. Let's see how it looks like. You can still add a mobile backend. Remember this thing? Where they used to throw like a web API backend. It's actually pretty neat. You have it in a same solution, then like Friends don't let friends right-click and publish to Azure, but you can publish your backend to an Azure service, and then you have a backend running. So if I say iOS Mac Catalyst, because the other one we did xamarin.forms, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Go ahead and create. And done. Look how quick that is. Okay, so I think in this mode, what is this library anymore? Because like I've done xamarin.forms for so long. I think this is still a .NET standard library. Is it? Oh no, it's got nothing. It's got no run. Oh, this is not a runtime. So this is another thing. In my experience, friends will do far more messed up things than anyways will. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I hear you. iOS project. Okay, let's look at your dependencies here. Look at that. No xamarin.forms. Oh, they still have the Xamarin plugin connectivity here. So remember the plugins thing from older days where we didn't have Xamarin Essentials? I think this is one of those remnants. Newtonsoft, for some reason, is still here. All right. So we have main.cs, which says go look at app delegate. Okay. So this is app delegate. Okay, nothing going on here. And oh, so everything is a storyboard. Obviously, it's native iOS, right? What is this? The best way to design iOS apps is now with Xcode. Okay. No, keep using Visual Studio then. Enable iOS Designer. Oh, I haven't looked at this in a long time. Remember this thing? Navigation controller, tab view controller. Wow. And there is a wait, where's my views? Where are my views? Like, okay, what happens when I run this? I'm confused. So where's the code? Like when I double click on something, is it gonna create the file for me? Oh, the view controller's right there. Oh no, don't go to the iPod Touch. Why is that the default? I can change it, I'm sure. Let's see, Dan Siegelsing, also known as the team at Microsoft, was tired of everyone complaining that their tooling for iOS sucked. Dan being blunt, we're not surprised. That's what makes who you are. Yeah, first item, second item, look at that. Let's stop running on the iPod Touch, please. Okay, I don't want to look at storyboards, okay? I want to look at, what? No, don't save. These are the view controllers. Also, the template that I picked has that master detail page thingy. So it has those item controls and detail view and so on. All right. Can I do what they're doing here? Getting started, okay? New project. Modify the CS proj to add this. For a second. Copy that. And this is in the CS proj. Could you really respect my opinion if I just... No, that's not what we want. Exactly. Independent voice. That's democracy, even though that means it's blunt at times. Yeah. All right. Can I get to the CS proj from here? Yes. Beautiful. Okay, what are they saying? Change the import at the bottom to this. What is that doing? Like adding some targets? Import at the bottom. Oh, like this one? Oh. What is this? No, this is not MacApp. This is just the name of the project that I selected. All right. All right, all right. So we change that to this. Hang on. All right, we did that. Then what? Add a reference to Xamarin Mac Catalyst. Okay. Now, where do I do that? Like, that's not in the CS proj here, is it? The references, no, maybe there are. These are the property groups. These are the runtimes, like the configurations for runtime, debug iPhone, references. Okay. Now, if I add a reference here, is that for the whole project? It should be. So we go in here, we add a reference to that. So now this is different though. We're not using Frank's NuGet package anymore. Now we are using Xamarin Mac Catalyst package. All right. The reference to the Xamarin iOS can stay. Xamarin iOS can stay. That's right there. Okay. It's necessary if using NuGet's built for Xamarin iOS. Okay. Change the minimum version key in the info plist. Oh, the info plist. Remember that guy that we like not touching, but we have to because it's iOS. All right. What did we say? Minimum OS version. Change that. Minimum system version. No, can I open this not in this editor? Hex editor? What is that? Oh no, I don't want that. What? Hang on. I just want to open this up in the text file. Give me the text file. This is called iOS Mac Catalyst. Okay. So hold on. So projects, iOS Mac Catalyst, test project, info plist, other, use VS Code. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yes. VS Code, open. All right. So minimum OS version. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I don't need any extension right now. All I'm doing is text. Change what to what? Hang on. Change the key to ls minimum version. Change this to that and change the value to 1015. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you're building for iPad. What do you mean, make sure? Or plus iPhone. How do I make sure I'm building for the iPad? I chose iOS. And close this. I don't know how I make sure I build for the iPad from a Xamarin iOS standpoint. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's just assume that we have it. Remove the iPhone configuration, optional. Then why tell us? Okay, search and replace for iPhone simulator, Mac Catalyst, optional. Change it to Mac Catalyst. Well, if it's optional, it's optional. I'm not going to do it. If you use xamarin.forms, no, I'm not doing xamarin.forms here. In most cases, you'll also need to add xamarin.forms. No, that's it. Is that it? And obviously no IDE support. Sure, no debugging, no API, NuGet restore doesn't work, use MS build R. All right, so let's pull up terminal. I gotta watch my time. I got probably 15 minutes and then I have to go and get my kid because I don't want him to be stuck in school. His school was closed for 4 or 5 days because another kid and their parent had COVID exposure, so they were being safe, so they opened up after a while. So he's on his own, or he's at least busy for like 3 hours in the morning. Okay, so this is in my projects directory, and what did I call it? So this was cd into iOS Mac Catalyst, right? And then we have, should I just go inside the iOS project, or I can do it from here, right? Because I'm at the solution level, I think. So ms build restore. It worked. At least the restore worked. Building solution configuration for iPhone simulator. Okay. All right. And then build the path to CS proj. What does that mean? Like, I'm at the solution level. Like, this CS proj is possibly at the project level. And then they also spit out a app that's in bin called Mac Catalyst. Okay, where is the CS proj sitting? Is there's a, no, that's sh proj. Because there is a CS proj here for the iOS project. Maybe we go down to the iOS project. All right, and now we build. Do you have to name the CS proj file? Maybe. So ms build. What is the name of the CS proj? iOS Mac Catalyst. I can copy that whole thing. That dot CS proj, okay? Build. Oh, errors. Build failed. The imported project, Mono framework version 6.12 lib mono, not found. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Like, can we change up the mono version to build for this? Like, I didn't get a mono version that was separate. I just dropped that reference. Mono version 4. Yeah, this is pointing to, see, Frank is working with the mono team. This patch introduces new Mac Catalyst support for mono, yeah. Background Mac. Oh, he's got, that's his Twitch stream where he was building, and he's got the podcast with James Montemagno, Merge Conflict. So this was merged, but like, how do I get that specific version of mono? Because like, that's not exposed from a Xamarin iOS project, right? Like, there is nothing in here that says like use a specific version of mono, is it? Not that I know. Yeah, debug, these are all iPhone specific things. Did I have to do that maybe one level up? Can I just do a ms build or an mc build? No, same error. Or is it trying to look for something was not found in? No, I have no idea how to fix this because it is complaining about not finding a right time. And I mean, how did it even find this like specific library that it's looking for? It could be, oh, you know what? Maybe we didn't do this. install this package, remember? Wait, it's actually downloading the package. Xamarin iOS 14.969. Where to do what exactly? What is this package? And how do I even, like, what does it mean install? Like, install it as a reference in the project, or I don't know. Okay, it's doing something. It's a big install, like 833 megabytes of an install. What is it? What's in it? Yeah, this probably is the last thing that I'll try doing. If it works, it works. If not, hey, early preview. We'll go back and talk to the Xamarin team. Okay, I'm curious now. What is this thing? It is an installer. Oh, sure. So now I have to go open that up. System preferences, privacy. Open anyways. Okay, now it's opening. Yes, open. Welcome to Xamarin iOS installer. What is it installing? Like maybe the mono runtime that we're missing? Oh my god, 2.7 gigs? What is this thing? This might take a while. Alright, have my Touch ID. This might take a while. 2.7 gigs is a big install, and I'm not sure. Well, about 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes left probably on the stream, so we'll give it a shot. Looks like it's doing fairly fast. That's a lot of files to write out for 2.7 gigs in about 3 minutes. Nice. All right, done. Move that to trash, sure. Okay, I'm not even sure what that did. Like, did it install mono? Can I go back here and do MS build again? It's doing something different. Okay, one error, but it's a different error. Could not map iOS version 14.4 to a Mac version of Mac Catalyst. Oh, okay. So did I have to go down to that? And maybe we run that specific CS proj. No, same error. iOS version 14.4 to a macOS version for Mac Catalyst. What is it that you're not finding? So let me change this. Oh, let's do iPhone. Let's do iPad, because they kept on saying iPad support. iPad OS 14.4. Okay. Let's do rebuild all. Now it's failing on other things. iPhone 12 Pro, fine. Go do a build for that. Yeah, I think it's there's a mismatch between the 14.4 version. Maybe they want to go back to older versions of iOS and then map it to macOS. But at least it's not complaining about mono anymore. So at least I have the runtime. See that? Build engine for mono. And it's not complaining about mono anymore. So I'll need to play around, but some sort of a mismatch. But otherwise, I think we are getting close to being able to just go off this preview, which I think the Xamarin team will say it's got a few more weeks or months before it lands in a formal preview with .NET 6 preview. But until then, this is interesting. Okay, so let's wrap up. Like we started here. Okay, I just wanted to get a better understanding of what is Mac Catalyst, and it's meant for iPad apps to run on the Mac and be able to support the transition and the mapping from touch to mouse and keyboard and other things. And if you're on macOS Big Sur, then, or Big Sur if you say it that way, then you have more support. And then this thing worked beautifully. This is Frank's Mac Catalyst NuGet package. Takes an iOS app, just does a build and puts out an app. And we found out that this Mac Catalyst early preview support has some rough edges. Maybe it's me, I just cannot get it to work yet, but I will keep working. So the point is, eventually we will want to have iOS apps written with Xamarin iOS or xamarin.forms and be able to run them on a Mac nicely. Okay, so that's it for my exploration today. I love you all. Thank you, Freestyle Coder, Dan Siegel, everybody else in the chat room for hanging out with me. And that's it from me. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. And I shall see you on the next stream. So until then, Sam Basu out, and peace to all. Okay, thanks, and bye-bye.